Welcome to today's lesson on finding the surface area and volume of solids. Specifically, we will be looking at cylinders, cones, prisms, and pyramids. A cylinder is a prism with a circular base of radius r and a height that is the distance from the bottom base to the top of the cylinder. To find the surface area of a cylinder with a radius of 7 and a height of 5, we would use the formula surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, with r being radius and h being height. In this case, we would substitute 7 for the radius, 5 for the height, simplify, and determine that we have a surface area of 527.8 units squared. Because surface area is a unit squared, we always have to be sure to include that. To find the volume of the same shape, we would use the formula volume equals pi r squared h. We would again substitute 7 for the radius and height of 5. Volume is always a unit cubed. When we simplify, we would get 769.6 units cubed. In this case, it would be centimeters cubed. Prisms, a rectangular prism, can be described as a stack of rectangles. It has a height of h, a width of w, and a length l. In order to find the surface area of a rectangular prism, which you would commonly think of as a box, which has a width of 4, a height of 6, and a length of 10, we have a surface area equal to 2 times the quantity of width times height plus length times width plus length times height. We substitute 4 for the width, 6 for the height, and 10 for the length, simplify, and have a surface area of 248 units squared. To find the volume of the same shape, we have volume equals width times height times length. We substitute 4, 6, and 10 for width, height, and length, simplify, and find that we have 240 units cubed. In this particular example, it would have been centimeters cubed. A prism in general is a stack of shapes. The shape of the prism depends on the shape of the base. In this case, we are looking at a triangular prism, which has a base and a height related to the triangle, and a length, which is the length of the entire prism. To find the surface area of a triangular prism with a base of 7, a height of 9, and a length of 10, we use the formula surface area equals base times height plus 3 times base times length. The reason we have to have 3 times the base times length is that each side of the prism is really a rectangle, and the formula for the area of a rectangle is base times length. Since we have 3 of them, we have to multiply by 3. The base times height accounts for the fact that each end of the prism is a triangle. The formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, but since we have 2 bases, that yields base times height. So in this case, we substitute 7 for the base, 9 for height, and 10 for length. We would simplify and find that we have a surface area of 273 units squared. To find the volume of the same shape, we use the formula volume equals 1/2 the base times the height times the length. When we substitute 7, 9, and 10 accordingly, we simplify and find we have a volume of 315 units cubed. A cone is a pyramid with a circular base. It has a radius r and a side length s. Some textbooks refer to S as standing for slant, so you can think of it as either the side or the slant. However, be careful not to confuse it with height. Height is the distance from the center of the base to the top of the cone. S, for side or slant, is the length from the edge of the cone to the top of the cone. To find the surface area of a cone with a radius of 7 and a side of 10, we use the formula surface area equals pi r squared plus pi times r times s. When we substitute 7 for the radius and 10 for the side and simplify, we find that this cone has a surface area of 374 units squared. To find the volume of the same shape, we use the formula 1/3 times the pi times the radius squared times the height. We would substitute 7 for the radius, 8 for the height, simplify, and find that we have a volume of 410.5 units cubed. A pyramid is a solid figure with a polygonal base and triangular faces that meet at a common point over the center of the base. There are actually many different shapes of pyramids. You can have pyramids whose bases are a triangle, a square, a rectangle, a pentagon, or any other polygon. For our examples, we are going to use a square-based pyramid, which means that our base is the same length on all sides. So to find the surface area of a pyramid with a base of 6 and a side of 10, we will use the formula surface area equals 2 times the base times the side plus the base squared. We'll substitute 6 for the base and 10 for the side, and when we simplify, we find that our surface area is 156 units squared. In order to find the volume of the same shape, we will use the formula volume equals 1/3 the base squared times height. We again substitute 6 for base and 8 for the height, and find that we have a volume of 96 units cubed.